Welcome, everybody. Thornbreak here. David Bizajewski, ElfQuest Community Manager. I'm here with Wendy and Richard Pini. Welcome to our latest Streamily live stream autograph session. Wendy and Richard are going to be autographing and personalizing ElfQuest books and fantastic art prints available only here at Streamily. So check out that link right down there. If you're watching this and you want to get one of these really amazing books or art prints signed by Wendy and Richard, head to that link right now. That's our Streamily shop. You'll be able to get all of them. We're going to be here, probably for a little while, because this time around, sales have been pretty incredible. And so Wendy and Richard have their work cut out for them signing. So we are also going to live stream this on the ElfQuest Instagram. So I'm going to log in there right now. So Wendy and Richard, why don't you say a few words about ElfQuest to all the new folks that might not be familiar with it, or who are just tuning into this on Streamily site. What is ElfQuest to you guys?
You're the best at it. That's because he's ElfQuest's biggest fan.
Yes, and what you're seeing right now is you say it, no, you say it, no, you say it. If you are here for the very, very first time and you've never heard of ElfQuest before, you've never read it before, you've never seen it before, ElfQuest has been around very likely longer than you have been alive, because we've been here since 1978. We began publishing comics, this longest running fantasy adventure comic graphic novel series. The story is just huge and sprawling and wonderful and sexy and heartfelt and family and inclusive and difficult at times. And what would you like to add?
That puts it wonderfully, because ElfQuest is, hello, David. ElfQuest is called ElfQuest, but it's really a self-quest. ElfQuest is about the human experience told in the metaphor of fantasy.
All right, I'm going to pause you right there, Wendy. Hi, everybody on Instagram. We are live on Streamily's YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. We just went live on the ElfQuest Instagram. Wendy and Richard Pini are here. They're going to be signing your ElfQuest books and art prints. We just pinned the link to the shop where you can get right now, order those ElfQuest books and art prints, and Wendy and Richard will sign them on this live stream. So I'm going to hand the Instagram phone off to Richard. He's going to put it up on the
Okay, now you're going to get to watch me hopefully not fumble this as I attempt to strap this sucker in.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, now
Crossed fingers crossed.
cross. Now let's see.
All right, so
All right.
if you want to scooch in just a bit.
Yes.
Right, now we're looking at this, and we can see, I believe on the screen, you can watch where we are actually signing, because we're going to be signing right here. YouTube, you can't see our hands. There's our hands, but they're down here now. And I believe we are ready to...
Can you tip it up just a fraction, I think?
Why?
I think the tops of our heads are getting...
No, they're not.
It looks to me like they are.
No, they're not. Mine,
all right.
You're fine.
So guys,
mine doesn't matter. There's nothing up here. So there's nothing to see here, folks. Move along, move along.
I'm going to roll off camera. I'm going to be handing off prints and books for Wendy and Richard to sign. I'm going to be looking at the chat. So if you have questions, put them in there, and I'll try to pull a few of them and read them out loud to Wendy and Richard so they can answer while they're signing. So Richard, you want to just toggle over to the Streamily shop and we'll get started.
Toggle over to the Streamily shop. Okay.
That's where you're going to start.
Done deal.
That's right. Okay.
So
hi, everybody. Thank you for coming.
All right. What do we got?
All right. So this is the one that's not on the screen for you, Richard. But
okay. This one goes back a ways. And Perry the Fairy, number 41.
Perry the Fairy.
That's
hello,
what it
Perry
says.
the Fairy.
That's what it says. So that's what we're doing. And P-E-R-I, like periwinkle.
Yes.
hi, Wendy. You look fabulous.
Thank you. I feel fabulous.
And I'm chopped liver. Okay. So that's
There.
that one, number 41, done. And we
Okay.
hand them off that way.
All right, so next up is what you have on your screen there.
Okay. This is
The Final Quest.
Final Quest Volume 1 for Sierra, number 204.
What is the Final Quest?
The Final Quest is the completion of probably the longest fantasy hero arc in independent comics. And it is, in my opinion, Richard's and my finest hour of storytelling.
And there have been quite a few fine hours of storytelling, if I do say so myself. Kings of the Broken Wheel comes to mind.
Please.
The conclusion of the original quest comes to mind.
Yeah.
There are little gems buried throughout, Searcher and the Sword, the Discovery.
Yeah.
But Final Quest just wraps it in a big, big bow. All right, so Sierra, there is your book.
Okay. So Richard, now you want to toggle to the big books.
Well, do I want to check that or not? Or is Todd's going to do that?
Todd's going to do that.
All right, so I'm toggling to big books.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Okay then.
You got a lot.
Got a lot.
Okay, so first is number 178. I'm not a number, I'm a free man.
We had Perry and now we have Derry.
Yes.
Richard, you're kind of starting to fade off out of the screen. So if you want to get a skosh closer to Wendy, and Wendy, you can get a skosh over.
I
There
know,
Much better.
Okay.
The chairs
The
are
ch-
making it.
Okay.
Here, I'll move.
Are
I'll
we
move
okay?
in.
We're okay. I can see
There
us
we
in
go.
the phone over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
All right. So
How's
this
that,
is
David?
Richard's still a little cut off on the YouTube, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
They're not here to. We're okay. And there is ElfQuest
Jerry.
Volume 2, the complete ElfQuest. And we're very, very proud of these books. Dark Horse Comics has done a wonderful job of taking all of the original material and presenting it in wonderful, hefty, beautifully printed compendia of the complete ElfQuest saga, the core stories of the Wolf Riders, all the way from the original quest right on through Final Quest.
And we should say that particular volume we just signed made it to the New York Times bestseller list.
This is true.
Next up.
All right, we have number 199, James, Volume 1. James.
If you see the image jiggle a little bit, it's because Richard has a heavy hand.
So we have a question, which I know it's your favorite question. Can you give us any hints on what's up for next year?
365 days each of 24 hours in length. And yeah, that's about it.
There is a lot going on behind the scenes right now that we simply can't talk to you about.
We're you know, we're still coming down off of COVID for the last 2 years, two and a half years. 2022 has been a roller coaster ride for us, some ups, some downs, some craziness, some calmness. We are looking forward to a very different vibe to 2023.
It's going to be a powerful creative vibe, that I can guarantee you.
So this batch is all for Eric. He bought an entire set of the complete
Oh,
ElfQuest.
Eric!
I hope you have a forklift at home, because you've got a bunch of poundage of books here.
Yes, you do. And if you haven't read them before, I really envy you. I would like to read the story myself for the first time.
You know, I read the story periodically, and very often it feels like the first time.
Does it really?
Even though I have read it many times, I helped create it, I edited it, and still I get that first time like whoosh. It's amazing. So, Eric, there's your
Okay, and that's
First
just
one.
the first one.
That's the first one. So we're pumping book here.
Are you there, Eric?
If
Say,
you are,
say hello if you are.
say something. Say something.
I don't see Eric in the comments, but
Well, that's one of the neat things about what we're doing is that
It's
If
being
you-
recorded.
yeah, if you are watching, you get to see us possibly sign your item right on camera.
Okay.
There.
So that's 232. Here comes 233. Everybody's waiting on Eric.
all right. So here's a question that we're getting from the one of the Streamily feeds, and it's an interesting one. So it's asking, should ElfQuest be a part of a cinematic franchise with Marvel or DC? I'm curious what your thoughts on that question are.
Part of a cinematic friend. In other words, part of the MCU or the DCU.
Yes.
It could be in the sense that ElfQuest has been published by both Marvel and DC. It has the distinction of being the only independent title that I know of that's been published by both.
There are a couple. We're also published by Dark Horse, so
Oh,
we're
that's
with
true.
with the big three.
Yeah.
That's the kind of question that really needs to get tossed back to the asker and to every fan who's watching this. How exactly would you envision ElfQuest fitting into either the MCU or the DCU? Notice how deftly I did that.
Yes. I can just see Strongbow facing off with Green Lantern.
No, Strongbow faces off with Hawkeye.
Oh, Hawkeye. All right.
It's a bow off. Here's
It's
235 for Eric. Yeah, that's a tough one because you can imagine, because the crossovers have been done in comics, who's stronger, Superman or the Hulk. But how do you mix mythologies like ElfQuest with anything else out there?
You don't. We were invited over the years to do mashups with a number of different companies. The most interesting one would have been an Archie ElfQuest mashup. And we just couldn't quite bring ourselves to destroy both universes at the same time.
Well, why don't you guys talk a little bit about the old school Bill Neville Looney Tunes fun what if mashups?
Oh, well, if you want to talk about, that one, and here for Todd is 237. Still Eric. All Eric,
Yeah,
all the time.
We're going to have to go a little faster.
There have been many mashup homages over the years in comics. Probably the most famous one is there was a Star Trek ElfQuest crossover. There have been many others. The ElfQuest characters have made cameo appearances in various and sundry Marvel
They
and DC
sure have.
comics and a lot of independent comics. So, but I'd still be interested if anybody wants to weigh in out there on just where exactly you think ElfQuest would fit into either the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the DC universe.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so we are done with the books. So what you need to do now, Richard, is toggle to
Prince.
the VIP prints.
Look at that.
Okay.
And hang on, that's not the right exact view. Just bear with me for 1 second.
Okay.
It says VIP.
It says VIP and Prince.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We're good?
Yep. Yeah, hang on, because I got one thing out of order, but the first one up is Dart.
Tisk. This is
see.
Dart. And
I
it's
really,
191.
really wanted to include Dart and Mender in this particular. Oh boy, is he a hottie.
okay, now this is our old friend Nonami.
No Nami.
No Nami, no name, just signed. So since this is the first one we're doing, where would be a
Well,
good place for signatures,
I
do you
say,
think?
let's put best. And I'll sign here.
Okay.
And you can sign right there.
Right there. That works for me.
See? Dart and
Okay.
Mender.
First Dart of the new print series.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm going to roll in here, and we got some questions about on Instagram, if you're watching on Instagram. Unfortunately, there is no way to flip the camera. So when you see Wendy and Richard hold up the prints, the words are going to be backwards. There is no way around that. Apologies. I think it might be different on the YouTube and the Twitch and the Facebook stream, but that's how it goes. So next up is number 192 for Calf.
Oh.
Okay. And this is also a new one. Forest Shadows Cutter. This one is going to be interesting.
Just right there.
Okay, so for Kath, and that's
K-A-T-H.
K-A-T-H.
Forest Shadows.
And you.
Right
I have to shout out Anderlamp, who is our rabid Dart fan, who has shown up on multiple live streams begging for a Dart, says, thank you so much for adding him with multiple explanation points.
Oh, I really want, I mean, you know, I think Dart and Mender really are competition to Cutter and Lita for our hottest couple. But you out there may have other ideas who our hottest couple is.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is 193
Another Dart
for Alex, and up there for Alex. And I'll sign below. And you sign above.
Back when I was first designing the characters, I really based the grown-up Dart on, your classic Japanese bishy boy.
So this one, Richard, has a
note.
Yeah, and it's how they would like for you to make it out to Yuri and Saba, eternal life mates.
2.
Is that so?
You,
Actually, Sarah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah, not
Yeah.
Saba. That was my ElfQuest brain.
There you go. You've got ElfQuest on the brain, David.
We've got, let's see.
Eternal.
Oh, the Dart that you just signed was for Anderlamp.
Anderlamp.
Yeah, who I just said was thanking you. Right seconds after I read that, I handed you their print, and you just signed it. So.
Okay, I'm going to
nice space right there.
Sign the sun.
Go into the light.
This is another hot one.
Yes. Okay. Next, we have a strongbow.
Ah, strongbow.
And strongbow is for Diana.
Appropriate. She was the goddess of archery, among other things.
Where's...
It's right there.
Okay. Oh, I thought we were going to do it above.
I did.
There's Diana's.
Okay.
Then we have...
This one is a no name. So just your signature on that one.
Skywise. Okay.
I'm liking the variety of choices here. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's quite a mix. We've got, what, a dozen maybe prints going now?
And that's just scratching the surface.
Okay, 213. There's yours. And then we have...
Somebody is daring to bring Winnowill into their house.
So, Daniel...
You're a brave boy, Daniel. Probably the thigh.
Okay.
You're thining her.
I'm fining with a heavy thigh. And you're being disarming.
A little bit.
There's Daniel's. Winterwill's also a new one.
Okay.
And
Now we are on.
So now we're gonna go, Richard.
the VIPs are done.
Well, go to. No, you want to go down to
Regular.
Nope.
Nope.
Stay on VIP, and you're gonna go to VIP bundles of 2.
Ah. 2 prints.
There you go.
2 print. Oh, look at. Oh, heavens.
Yes. So first one up is number 180, and we have a Winnowill and a.
Oh. Okay. Make out 2. And it's a quote. I'm assuming that means whoever this is would like that quote on the artwork.
Yes.
So further
delay will make you ill.
Delay will make you ill. And that's what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's new and different. And the sunrise, well, I'm not going to put that quote on to. It says Winnowill. So
Yes.
sunrise is just going to be signed.
Yes.
Okay. This whole bundling thing is new. Bundling of prints, that is new to us and to everyone, I think.
And I think it's wonderful.
It is a great idea. So
Woo!
if you're watching,
These colors are so hot.
okay, there's that bundle.
So there's bundles. So
The color reproduction on
we
these
have-
prints is amazing.
Okay, so this is Robert.
I'll read you a comment from Sierra, whose book you signed a few minutes ago. Thank you for signing. I met you both at a Barnes & Noble manager event years ago. You gave Starstruck me a pin. Longtime reader. This is my first signed Pini. My mom really knocked Exodus out of the park. So I guess that's a gift. That's from Sierra.
You know, I sort of kind of actually remember that encounter because we like to go into Barnes & Noble and meet, you know, especially if they're carrying copies of our books. It's really nice to meet the staff. So now this is okay. This is another Robert.
Another Robert.
Side.
Grown-up Ember. She certainly is her own lady.
Very much. Very much. And to think, the very first shot was in ElfQuest number 6.
Mm-hmm.
She was toddler.
Just a little tot.
And okay, there's that. It's one of the things that Carter Young Hero and Skywise Stargazing, no names.
Oh, that's a nice pair.
Yes. It's a different kind of pairing than the two of them kind of smirking at each other.
Yes. Well, they're both full figures.
Okay.
There we are.
This now is the two bundles.
So there are no VIP bundles in 3 and 4. So go to 5.
Two print of
5 prints.
5 prints.
Yep.
Oh.
So we got a bunch of them here.
Okay. So make out to Sam.
Either Sam.
And either Sam, the name I hope one day to have, or Sarah, my legal name, are fine. I'm not pressed about it, etc., etc., etc.
I think we should make it out to Sam like sort of a
wish,
prediction.
a prediction.
Yeah.
There you go. There's all 5.
If it's the name you hope to have, it's the name
You're going to have.
We shall write.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to write anywhere on her.
I know, it's tough, isn't it? There you go, Sam. Cutter's saying so.
And seconded by Lita.
All right, where? I think right there.
Right
That's
there
a
is
good idea.
there's good space there.
All right, Lita, in all her tropical colors.
All right, and
Ooh, this one, Skywise and Maine on the
yes.
Star Home. And after all that, he still wants to wander. What a guy.
Talk about Stargazer's Hunt for a second.
Oh boy.
Tell everybody about it. What was it?
Stargazer's Hunt is the coda to Final Quest, because even though one major story arc was finished, there were still a lot of questions left that needed to be dealt with. And so we dealt with them in Stargazer's Hunt.
Right, just because Cutter had achieved the end of his story, Skywise still had a lot of his own questions. And that's what this story is about.
And his own quest.
And his own quest.
Quests and questions.
So, Sam, 5.
Awesome.
Awesome indeed.
All right.
Okay.
In fact,
Richard.
that was our first bundle. We should celebrate that.
Well,
Well,
you just
we
said
had
a couple
bundles
of
two
twos.
bundles.
That was our first bundle of 5. How's that?
That's
Right,
exactly
that was the
right.
first biggest bundle they offer.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So now, Richard, you want to go to regular orders
Yeah, I know. It's right there.
and then go
it's,
to the prints, 8 by 10
prints.
prints. And that's what we're going to pick up.
I'm actually starting to learn this.
We'll have a few more bundles, but we'll do them after the singular prints.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
first one up is Winnowill.
Win a will for Nonami.
Yes.
Her thigh is very convenient.
Nobody has ever dared say that to her face.
So here's another
And
nice comment from Anderlamp. Is thank you again for your work, especially with bringing strong female characters and especially queer idols to fantasy and to my life.
Well, you know, we started at the very beginning believing that love is love. And we wanted to gently introduce that over the years and to just make it as natural and normal as anything else that's going on in the story.
And there was nobody to say no, because we were on our own. We didn't know what we were doing. We just knew that we had a story and some ideas that we wanted to get out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a cliche to turn to old Blue Eyes Frank Sinatra, but we did it our way.
Oh, there you go.
And obviously we must have done something right, because here we are 45 years later, still doing it, and you guys are still liking it. So,
And we're so glad we are making a huge, diverse audience happy.
and Jonathan has both Cutter and Lita. This is a wonderful, wonderful pairing.
All right. This is the tricky one. But signing on Lita's healing hand, I think that's a nice idea.
And if she doesn't like it, she'll just make it disappear. So Jonathan, watch out. Okay, what is next? We have Skywise into Maine to Nonami.
I want to go there. I want to go to the Star Home. Let's go. What do you think?
Okay, we'll catch the 454 out of Poughkeepsie Station.
Talk about the design choices that you and Sunny made for the look and feel of the Star Home, Wendy, because I think that's really fascinating.
Well, the Star Home was both crystal and natural organic shapes. We wanted it to have a feeling of being made of star stuff, crystalline and sparkling. And at the same time, we wanted to combine it with the wonderful things that elves always love, the living things. And so we managed to make it both crystal and soft at the same time. I don't know how we did it, really.
Well, Wendy had actually designed the Star Home many years ago.
I did.
As a pre-production painting for a movie, television, whatever project that didn't get off the ground, which is redundant, but and that was the crystalline part. But when we actually got there in the story, it needed to be
biological
as well as crystalline,
Yes.
the synergistic melding. So Henry has bought Force Shadows Cutter. And what do you have now? Win-a-Will for Mike. You know, this reminds me, this is not something that a whole lot of people know.
What?
But, you know, we're signing Win-a-Will's arm and leg. But occasionally at a convention, fans have come up to us and asked us to sign an arm or a leg.
And other
very
items.
Well, we won't go there. This is trying to be a family show. But then a few of those people have gone and gotten the signature tattooed into their skin. So we'll sign anything almost.
Yeah, but that's a pretty amazing tribute to ElfQuest that people want it permanently on their little bods.
Well, this is true. There are a whole lot of ElfQuest tattoos on there, and they range from the very subtle, very small, like a single sending star, to entire sleeves or backs or down the body, down the
Some of that
leg.
artwork is just astounding.
I have to roll in here and just chime in. If you have an ElfQuest tattoo or ElfQuest fan art or ElfQuest anything, please share it on whatever socials you're on.
Yes.
We are everywhere. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're still on Twitter. We are on TikTok. Share it. We'll see it. I share it all with Wendy and Richard, and we'll post it onto the ElfQuest page if it's really good. So it's a great way to get a little love and a little shout out for your own ElfQuest love. So please follow us on all the socials.
And here
Thank you, David.
Is Watching the Sunrise for Liana. And we have another one coming right up for...
A lot of people are liking Watching the Sunrise.
It's a very powerful piece. This is for Tammy.
But you see, this is a depiction of not the first time Cutter and Lita went up there, because when you get your print, you will see that Lita has very thoughtfully brought pillows this time. So they've been up there before.
So the pillows are so they can... Oh, I can't.
What?
They can get off the rocks.
What? You know, I'm glad I don't always get your sense of humor.
And we have one more for Lasha.
Why don't you guys, we haven't brought up the ElfQuest audio movie podcast.
There's Lasha. Okay.
Well, I'm envious of people who get to sit down and listen to all 10 episodes and just binge right through them.
This is a project 2 years in the making. Many dozens of professional voices, a wonderful orchestral score, a wonderfully adapted script. And it's all out there, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. It's free. Download, listen, rate, and review.
Yeah.
We were blown away. You will be blown
Sign.
away. This is Winnowill for Lily.
It has an amazing cast of voice actors, many of whom you're very familiar with, from Star Trek, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, from Supernatural.
We can either talk or sign. We can't do both at the same time.
Of course, we can do both.
No,
We've
I
already-
can talk. You can sign. I can.
Oh, all right. If that's how you want to do it.
Otherwise, we're going to be misspelling names. Who's that character? I don't know. What's ElfQuest? That's Winnowill for Lily. We have Forest Cutter for Eve.
Eve.
We have somebody on the Streamily StreamYard. I'm not sure if it's from Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, but it says, "So glad to finally have a chance to quote unquote meet you guys." Power of technology.
Yes, indeed.
It is wonderful, isn't it? Because this is the closest thing that some people will be able to have that is similar to an actual signing at a convention or in a bookstore.
Yeah, COVID knocked out travel and conventions for a long, long time. And okay, first of all, Eve, there's that one. The other one is done. We have not begun to think about travel for next year. And so an event like this is really as good as it gets.
Mhm.
And we've been on both ends of them, and they're great.
And it does feel quite a bit like an actual signing at a convention, because we are interacting with you thanks to David.
So yes, please ask away. Questions. We love questions.
There is a comment. I just want to address the fact that if you are watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, unfortunately, in order for our YouTube or Instagram feed to show what Wendy and Richard are signing, we're doing it on different devices, i.e. a giant computer screen that cannot be tipped down. So unfortunately, if you're watching on those other platforms, you won't be able to see the actual signing, but Wendy and Richard are great about holding it up like that.
Just like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you can see our arms moving, and then we'll hold it.
Yes. Very lifelike. We've been working on this for years. Okay, we have a Cutter and Alita for Kimberly. ERLY. Yeah. The very first one of these that we did was actually in the Streamily studios in Los Angeles. We're on the other coast from there. They have a setup that's perfect for all of this. We're doing it seat of our pants.
Yeah.
Somebody
This
said
is-
something about, isn't tech great? Well, yeah.
This is kind of a homegrown version of it, but it's been working. We have enjoyed every one of these Streamily signings we've done. This will be our last one for this year, and we're so glad that so many of you decided to participate.
Yes. So, Kimberly, if you're not able to see that way, then you can see that way.
Here we are.
And there you go. All righty. And then we have Chandra, the sunrise.
We actually have a character in the Rebels named Chandra.
The Rebels along with Jink, are part of the ElfQuest canonical universe. We like to call it Future Quest. And there's a whole lot of stories between where you may have left off and where Future Quest picks up. So if you're not familiar with all that stuff, go to elfquest.com, click the read online link, and catch yourself up. It's good stuff. Now, this is Winnewill, no name. And we've got quite the assembly line going back here. I don't know if you can hear David
Yes.
scribbling away in the background.
David, I mean, this is one of the bigger signings we've done, and David is essential to keeping all of this organized.
Aw, shucks.
Oh, shucks.
You want, for the sake of modesty, I should lie? All right, and we have Pamela with a forest cutter. And
There you
Pamela,
go,
if you're
Pamela.
watching, there you are. And we have then, for Norman, a Skywise.
Norman Coordinate. Does anybody know where that's from?
Oh, it's
I bet-
right on the tip of my brain. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Norman Coordinate.
Norman Coordinate. Anybody know?
Wendy is a human VCR video recorder. She knows lines, songs, bits of dialogue, movies, actors that no one else remembers. Where's it from? Because I'm dying here.
It's from Classic Track. It's an episode of Classic Track.
Norman Coordinate.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up on Classic Trek, and I don't. It's like I said, it's itching.
I'll give you a clue. Harry Mudd.
Was that? Okay. Harcourt Fenton Mod? That I don't remember, Norman.
Norman was the master android.
Okay.
He
See,
had to be taken out.
I'm a geek. She's like Uber
Geek.
This is now Forest Cutter for Charlie. Thing.
They're not going to get what you're doing. They're gonna,
I know, but I'm reliving it for my very own self.
I bet David doesn't know what we are talking about.
I have no clue.
But that's okay.
We love to introduce David to old movies and old TV
'Cause
series.
he's such a child.
Yes.
All right, Charlie. I don't know if you saw. There's Charlie. And we have Cutter as young here for Lois.
Lois is a lovely name. Any chance next year's Prince could contain...
Red Lance, Nightfall, and Talit. Well,
There's always a chance.
There's always a chance. Which isn't saying a thing.
Well, we never do.
There's some good spaces there.
Yes.
That's well designed.
Why, thank you. I did give it a little thought.
Yeah, you know a few things about art. Okay, Lois, there you go. And
It's the last single.
Skywise Stargazing for Patrick.
It would be something to just sit on the back of a wolf lying down and look up at the night sky.
I think the closest we've ever come is at Wolf Park.
Yes.
You get to interact a little bit.
Yes, Wolf Park in Indiana.
We've been associated with them. Patrick, there is yours since 1981. So that is 40 plus years.
40 plus years, and they're still going.
They're still going. They're still wonderful. And
they've been through how many generations of wolves now?
Oh my goodness.
And we've sponsored one in every generation.
We have sponsored one. We have sponsored continuously since 1981. We raised $11,000 in the 80s to help them build new fencing. That's how much we feel attached to Wolf Park. And if just wolfpark.org, if you want to go there, take a look. That's our number one connection.
They are great.
As close as we get in this world.
So Richard, we are complete with the two bundles. So I'm sorry, with the single ones. Now we're gonna go into the regular
two.
Yep.
Oh
There's a lot
my!
Look at this. They're all ember and.
No, that's just the screen.
All right.
That's just
just the icon.
Yep.
The icon.
Okay.
So the first one should be a stargazing skywise and watching the sunrise, right?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
For Rose and Lemil. Forgive me for butchering the names if I did. I guarantee they'll be spelled correctly. L. Okay, and then sunrise.
Here we are. Skywise watching the stars with good old Star Jumper.
And
I like the way these complement each other because Skywise is watching the stars rise and these guys are watching the sunrise.
And wouldn't it be something if all those stars were suns? Okay, there's that one. And then next we have, Michael. Hi, Michael. Are you there? Michael McAdam.
He wants grinning Skywise and grinning Cutter.
Absolutely.
Well, that's one of the best sets.
All right.
We have another question that always comes up, and I don't know if you're gonna laugh or cry to hear it, but Antares 181 says, "I love you guys, heart. What astrology sign is Cutter?"
What astrology
I think
sign?
Someone asked that last time. So
you have to know the date of birth, where the sun was,
where that sun was,
and
where
on the
all
planet,
of the other planets,
exactly, on planet Earth, where he was never born. So,
okay,
I don't know.
So
I mean, Cutter's my elf, and I'm a Gemini, and I'm about as Gemini as you can get. So maybe you just better consider Cutter a Gemini because he is definitely 2 in 1, right?
Well, yes, that's very, very sly little story element going there.
Yes.
My sign happens to be Cancer, the crab, and one would never, ever associate crabbiness with me. I heard that. Michael, if you're there, this is for you.
With love.
I think at some point, I mean, we do know what the solar system of the world of abode has in it for planets.
We kind of do, yeah.
But I don't know that there has been any astrological thought given to it. And since Skywise is the only astronomer on this world at this point that we know of.
Yeah, but Skywise isn't into woo-woo.
And Skywise is me.
Yeah.
And
you're not into woo-woo.
I am not into astrology one little bit. I don't believe it because I'm Cancer and they're very skeptical. So next.
Okay, so let's see. Hang on here. I'll handle. I think you have 3 there.
Yeah. So
hang on.
You didn't cross them.
No. They just stuck together. There's two right there.
Don't cross the streams.
Oh Lord!
Okay, so
All right,
this
now
is,
that's a ref. Did anybody get that reference?
Oh, if you don't get that, you don't belong here. Okay, Eve.
That was Spaceballs, wasn't it?
Ah!
Don't cross the streams.
Pay no attention to that man behind the computer.
You're such an infant.
It's familiar to me. Oh no, it's Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Duh.
I knew it was a comedy from the 80s.
Oh, somebody got a little arrow.
Well, please add 2 crescent moons for moonshade and an arrow to strongbow if possible.
Oh, I like it.
And
that's very cute. Richard draws very cute arrows.
It's, yeah, you are
I don't know if you can see Richard's little arrow, but there it is. And he has drawn 2 little crescent moons for moonshade.
right.
Hey, who's the artist here?
Everything's negotiable.
Uh-huh. You want to draw the next issue?
Do we want to sell the next issue? Oh, if you think the fans would make comments now. Okay. Eve.
Strongbow and Moonshade, a beautiful couple.
With little squiggles. Okay, that's that one. We have Forest Shadows Cutter and Ember Chiefess for Hillary.
Father and daughter.
Father and daughter. H-I-L-A-R-Y.
But it was really interesting to discover that Ember actually takes more after her grandpa Bearclaw. Though she learned everything about leadership from Cutter, she's got some attitudes that are more like Bearclaw's.
Well, we've seen throughout ElfQuest that sometimes traits, whether they're powers or just characteristics, they'll jump a generation.
Jump a generation, yeah.
So, all right, Hillary, there are yours. And then we have now where are we? A Moon Shade and Strongbow for Joey. Rereading Dreamtime, and these new portraits are just perfect. Thank you. Dreamtime was a very special story arc.
Yes, there were lots and lots of clues, very obscure clues to what might happen in the future of the elves in those dreams. And the reason for that is because we had the story planned out 20, maybe even as much as 25 years ahead of time.
Yes, there have been people over the years who have said you're making it up as you go.
Oh, heck no.
And we do make up little details, suggest themselves to us as we go. That's, oh, wouldn't it be neat if they stopped over there? But the skeleton of this story, Joey, there's Moonshade, has been in place for all of this time. You can't do a story like this without knowing what the roadmap is.
No, the story has to feel inevitable, and you can take side trips, but you shouldn't leave the main road too often.
Now we have Emily with a Skywise and a Dart.
Boy, we've already signed more than we did last time, huh, David?
Oh, by far. The bundles, I think, were the right choice.
Well, many thanks to Streamily for arranging for us to do bundles. There were many requests.
There's Emily's Skywise. And
another gorgeous, sexy dart.
I think Dart of the new prints for this is the most popular.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was Watching the Sunrise.
It's going to be close. I haven't tallied them up, but I'm happy to see that.
okay.
So are people jealous of Mender or something?
They must be.
Now, I don't know if this is pronounced Liesel or
Liesel.
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 Okay, well, this is for you.
If I remember right, Liesel is Dutch, maybe?
A lot of people got the Crossing Streams reference quicker than I did in the chat.
Okay. Okay, this is good to know that there are a lot of you out there who are as geeky as we are.
Okay, there. And there you are. Okay, then for Vanessa, we have Winnowill. That's an interesting pair.
Well, again, we've got cool colors and warm colors. It's a nice contrasty combination.
And I would say cool characters and warm characters, but I think Winnowill is capable of her own very special kind of heat, but you probably don't want to be around when she unleashes it.
Good point.
Paracels, if I'm saying that right, says the new prints are really gorgeous. Love the colors.
Thank you. And
thanks.
thanks.
Mouse Drofna says, yay, that's me, whoever you're signing right now.
Paracelsus?
No, Mouse Drofnas?
Yeah, but the earlier one was Paracelsus?
Yes.
Oh, I worked with a character named Paracelsus in the Beauty and the Beast graphic novels.
It might be Paris Else. I'm not sure. I mean, screen names are a little bit hard to interpret, but.
Okay.
Oh.
Vanessa, and there you go.
Okay.
All right, Vanessa, then we have Cutter and Lita for Liana.
We'd love to know how many of you guys are doing these for the holidays, for holiday gifts.
Well, for themselves, too.
Well, you don't know who they're going to give them to. True, they're getting them signed, but who knows?
Some people definitely are getting these for gifts, and they're getting you to sign the name of the giftee.
Aha.
Oh, that's clear. And we wouldn't know that from reading the screen here.
Right.
Okay, well, Liana, whether this is you watching or you receiving.
Wherever Lita is, I want to go there. It's cold and rainy here today.
Yeah, but it's December in the Northeast. What were you thinking? And another Lita and Cutter for Elizabeth.
You know, if I saw that peeking out of the shadows at night, I don't know if I would just stand there or run away.
Yeah, we like to think. Oh, it's Cutter. He's fine. But, with that face.
Uh-huh. Little bit intimidating.
What has he got on his mind? There are a whole lot of short stories that could be written. What has he got on his mind?
Something happened.
Okay, Elizabeth. And then this is the last of the two bundles.
Well, it looks like I think we just got a new order. So I have
Oh.
one.
Okay, this is Skywise and Tamain Skywise for no name.
Someone like Skywise. In both versions of himself, he's a high one now. So he has a high one self and his regular Skywise self. But he was always pretty high.
Well, Tamain has the tall and the short.
She does.
Right. In Final Quest, whoever ordered these, there's your signatures. But in the Final Quest, Tamain appeared both as the tall, high one and the short, more elfin one. And of course, I forget who it was, but somebody said her name must be Tiny Tim Main.
Tiny Tim Main. I like Timini myself.
Timini?
Someone came up with that.
Okay, so now
We've got a new order.
this is
Awesome.
not on the screen, so I don't know if
It is on the screen. It just is a no name.
what happens if we do this. Move the pen.
You were.
This is in 4 now.
Yeah, so you got to reset your filters there. So 2 and go to just regular. That's it right there, number 240.
Okay. So this one coming up is a larger bundle, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the last of the.
See,
2 that
you're
sending.
watching it happen. You're watching behind the scenes here. Very few people get to see that.
Heck, I'm watching it happen.
Okay, so this is again no names, so it's a cutter and sunrise. So if you just ordered that, there's yours.
Here we are.
And there's the sunrise one. And forgive the glare, you can see. You can see well enough. Okay, so now we're going to which bundle?
So this is the first of the 3, and there's only one.
The prints have a really lovely satin finish. They're not bright glossy. They're satiny.
Yes. Satin, matte, whatever.
They're not matte. They're satin.
Okay.
Okay.
But they're good for writing on. This is for Jess.
We've got a fun comment. Part-time Unicorn says that their 16-year-old kitty is named Trinket. People look at me confused when I say she's named after a troll.
Trinket the troll.
Talk about Trinket a little bit, because she had quite an evolution from her original, appearance.
Well, Trinket is your classic. She's actually based a little bit on a character in a Shirley Temple movie. There was a bad little girl character who appeared in several Shirley Temple movies who would always scream at the top of her lungs when she wanted something. So some of Trinket's personality came from that when she was a very little girl. And as she got older, she didn't lose that quality of really putting pressure on when she wanted something.
There's for Jess. Yeah, but she has grown. She's still, what do you say, spoiled?
Trinket's spoiled, but she's also very intelligent, and she's also the troll's first otaku. For those of you who don't know the meaning of that word, it's Japanese and it means uber fan, super fan. And Trinket, unlike the rest of her kind, is an uber fan of elves, which makes her very unusual. 4 now.
Yes, and she has also broken away from, gotten out from under Daddy's thumb.
She had to. Daddy has one heavy thumb.
And it's green.
It's a green thumb.
Green thumb.
Why don't you guys talk a little bit about Pycnos himself and his view of fatherhood and his journey with that?
Oh, well, Pycnos, he's the Fred Flintstone of trolls. He dotes on his little girl. even though she's all grown up and really needs to be off on her own, she's still daddy's little girl as far as he's concerned. And, very much like her, he wants his own way, and he wants her to toe the line the way
His way.
he thinks she should. And that leads to some interesting conflict.
Picknose has mellowed a little bit in some ways, but he's also gotten a lot crotchetier in other ways.
Well, he's thousands and thousands of years old now. But the way he has mellowed is, like his daughter, he too has learned to see some good in the elves.
That's one of the things about the audio movie, actually, that the voicing of Picknose by the emergency medical hologram, Robert Picardo, he brings a dignity. The
Yes.
trolls in the early series were generally seen as kind of buffoonish,
Yeah.
but they're not.
Well, it's
They
the
have
way
a history. They have a civilization.
it's the way they're written, even when they're very first introduced in the series, is they have their own sense of dignity, and they don't like their dignity to be offended.
No matter how easy that is to do.
Yes. They're
No.
also very touchy.
Thin green skinned. These are now for Hisa or Hessa.
There we are. Cutter in the shadows.
And a Lita, and a dart, and an ember.
Very
Nice
interesting
mix.
combination.
Okay.
I like signing Dart. He has plenty of room.
Okay, and there's dart for Hessa.
Bree says, this is from a few minutes ago. Yay, those are mine. And you're right. I do love Skywise in any form.
All right, and this is no names. We've got a cutter, a Lita, a dart, and a sunrise.
Oh,
Lisa Lennon says, I adore the Tamain hair on Wendy.
well, I feel very much like myself in this hair. It's like I was just waiting for it to happen. So thank you very much for liking it.
Stardust Film says, I got my audio movie backer package in the mail, and now this beautiful signing. I got Moonshade and Strongbow. A magical day.
Oh,
I'm going to roll on screen here. We have another question. Amy Urdaneta, if you're still watching, if you scroll up to the top of the chat in the Instagram Live, you'll see the order link to order books or prints for Wendy and Richard to sign. It's streamily.com/ElfQuest. You can still order. We're starting to wrap up here. So we'll probably have another 10 minutes or so. So that's your kind of warning. If you're going to order something, do it now. And we'll be wrapping up soon. Okay. So this next one, you guys, this is for Jason. He did not indicate which 4 prints. So I went ahead and chose 4 that I think will be most popular.
I think you have made what David has chosen are the very gorgeous twosome here of
Yes.
Cutter and Lita, and then another full figures
just the classic
of Cutter and
Cutter and
Skywise.
Skywise. Good choices, David. He really didn't, he just kind of left it up to us.
Yep, he left that field blank. He might not have seen it. It's a new thing going on. So hopefully he'll be happy with those.
I don't doubt that he will be happy.
When you guys hold those up, hold them up so they cover your face. I'm just noticing on the YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch stream, you actually can't see the prints.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because the Instagram. All right. So what you're saying is do this.
Yep.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry
here's-
about that.
No, how's this? There's
Perfect.
Cutter.
Okay, so Movieator, I think, is Jason, and he says it's me. Those are perfect. Thanks, David. You're very welcome.
Oh, good
Happy ending.
choice. All right,
Happy ending.
there's
Okay,
Cutter.
and there's half of it signed. So you're going to finish, and we've done. Oh, wait a minute though. It's Jason.
Yes.
These need to be for
Oh,
Jason.
we can personalize them now. Fantastic.
Oh yes.
Doesn't matter where.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, put it right on his. You know what?
He has a number of you know whats.
Any one of which would be. I don't know. Okay, now, Jason. Now all four have your name on them.
All right, now we are going to our last two, I think, which are 5 print bundles.
Wow.
Okay, so we have Winnowill, Dart, Sunrise, Cutter, and Lita, and there are no names here. So
No love for Mender yet. Oh my.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
okay, this one goes this way.
This is getting to be very much like a typical convention signing.
Yes, when it gets intense, that's all you see is our faces down, pens moving.
Exactly.
There's one of that quintet.
Hi, Dart.
Oh, we've got a Mender.
Yay!
And this is, again, no name. Okay.
The reason I love Dart and Mender as a couple is because they've kind of always been a couple in a way, because they grew up together in the Sun Village, and they're both pure-blooded wolf riders, and they both share common history, common heritage, going way, way back. And it just was kind of inevitable that they would start treeing together.
Well, as you said earlier, love is love. And in ElfQuest, there's all kinds. Okay, and there's that. I'm just going to wave it around. Okay, now that's
Wow.
but I see more
There we
here.
have one order that just came in, a single one for, if you go to, just go to VIP, regular, and then under product type, under product type, just click product type at the top.
Ah,
And then scroll down and you should see one. Actually, just go to prints.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I had done.
sorry.
And there's nothing.
Go to VIP and regular.
okay. VIP and regular.
Nothing.
Wow,
Nothing.
that's weird. Well,
Oh.
I can tell you, I can see it right here. It's for Krissa. I'll spell it for you.
Yes.
K-R-I-S-S-A. and
Oh,
it's a single. And that is our last one.
All right.
wow.
Uh,
That is the fastest hour and a half.
Okay,
Here we
Krissa, you get to close out the final Streamily live event for ElfQuest for 2022. Is it okay to say that?
It is okay to say that. I'm going to come in and I'm going to cover your ears because I know I'm loud. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been a thrill as always. Wendy and Richard, I think you seem to enjoy yourselves. So
We did.
So folks, stay tuned. Follow ElfQuest on all of the socials. Again, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're everywhere. That's the best place to follow to get the latest breaking news. It's the end of an amazing year. We saw the ElfQuest audio movie come out, the podcast version of it that you can listen anywhere. Dark Horse Comics still has all of the incredible collected editions of the whole back canon story. Of course, Stargazer's Hunt, the latest ElfQuest series that concluded just a few months ago, is now out in 2 collected editions from Dark Horse Comics. And of course, Streamily, the store, just because we're wrapping up this live stream, the store is going to be open. So you can go in an hour and buy a print, and you will announce when the next live stream autograph session is going to be sometime in 2023. So just be patient about that. Anything you guys want to add before we wrap?
It was a pleasure to do this. It's been an amazing year. And I think this is a terrific way to close out the holiday season.
Yeah, I think we intend now to just drift really slowly and calmly into the
Yes.
holiday craziness and
Yes.
let the year come to a conclusion.
Yes. And we have a lot to look forward to in 2023, and hope all of you will come along with us for the ride.
All right. Well, shade and sweet water, everyone. We're going to attempt to post the video of this on the ElfQuest Instagram. I screwed it up last time, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen. So stay tuned, and I'm just going to dive in right now and grab that phone. So see you guys next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.